What up, YouTube? Big Lou tapping on in with what it do with Big Lou. And this video here is going to be called it's about commitment, right? It goes hand in hand with the video previously recorded, loyalty, right? Commitment and loyalty go hand in hand in my book, in my opinion. Um, like I said, when you make a commitment to something, you're making a commitment. That commitment should mean something to you, right? Just like when you get married, you're making that commitment. You take those vows, right? You pledge those vows to your spouse, and that through thick and thin, through death do us part. You're gonna be there. So on and so forth. So, excuse me. Same thing it goes when you become a member of a certain organization or society, a secret society, blah, so on, so to speak, right? You make that commitment. That commitment, you take that pledge, that oath, right? Of whatever it may be that they when they indoctrinate you, it's all part of the rules, the reglas, the do's and don'ts, however you want to state it, right? So, you're loyal. You're supposed to be loyal to your your boss, your your borgata, your organization, right? You make the commitment to the organization as an entity, not a person, right? So that's where people get shit confused, or not so much confused. That's just where they try to twist it up to fit their narrative, to fit their, when they minimize things, when they validate things. Oh well, so and so did this to me. So and so, did that to me. He placed me here. He took this away from me. They took that away from me. When it's all said and done, at the end of the day, you pledged a commitment. You pledged an oath, right? Uh, you didn't pledge. You pledged that oath, like I said, to the entity as a whole. Not to the person sitting in power, or the committee sitting in power for that certain group or organization, right? So that's always the easy route to take, to blame it on somebody else. And again, I'm gonna double down on what I was saying earlier with, you have people that hear somebody's story and then you don't even know how true it is, if it's all the way the truth or not, because let's keep it real, people will embellish things. They will put a 10 on a 2 if it comes to making their situation seem better, for likes, right? For people to like them and give them the pass, right? So they'll come out and say, oh my gosh, they I was in jail and they went and took my businesses. They went and started taking money, collecting my money, and didn't give me anything. I still had bills out there to pay. Uh, they threw me under the bus. They suspended my, you know, they expelled me from the organization. Then you have these other people. Oh my God, man, you did the right thing for yourself. If it was me, I would have did the same thing. Oh, I see why you did what you did. I don't blame you. Which, okay, a lot of that stuff could be, considered understandable. But on the flip side, when you're the person that made that commitment, then that shit don't hold water, man. It's that simple. Again, like I said in the loyalty video, if you sit there and say, oh man, the treachery, you should have seen the treachery and this and that, the backstabbing. Well, that's always went on. You know, again, because you're an associate before you become a member, right? And that's pretty much all the organizations. You don't just jump right into it. You have to prove yourself on different levels and things as such, right? And once they decide to go ahead and make you as a member, and indoctrinate you fully, and you become an actual member, you've seen a lot of different things on a lot of different levels. So again, like I had mentioned in that loyalty video, if you can't say that you've seen any type of treachery or any backstabbing or any being thrown under the bus by other people, then you just must be some gullible ass person, man. Because it happens all the time, right? It happens all the time, and it's your duty to make sure that, like I had mentioned also in the loyalty video, it's your duty to make sure that you cross all your T's and dot all your I's, and you do everything with righteously. Don't be politicking against other cats in your own crew or in your own organization. You know what I mean? Don't be always the quick one to hear some bullshit, maybe some gossip, and you're already right away siding with the whatever the line is. You know, whatever the whatever's going around about that person. You know, you be the first one to be like, oh yeah, he got to go, or oh, demote him, or you know, discipline him in this manner or fashion. Take away this from him. Do that to him. You know what I mean? Because what'll happen? What can happen a lot of times that'll come back to bite you in the ass, right? And not to mention the person that you're politicking against at some point in the future may be your boss. You know what I mean? And they don't people don't forget shit like that when especially when you're trying to ostracize them and exile them and make them look like the ugly ducklings and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So commitment, like again, commitment. You're committing yourself to a pledge. You're pledging to an organization, a secret society, whatever it may be, right? Um, that should be taken seriously. A oath. You're taking an oath. You're a pledge, right? You might be even repeating things back that you're being told to. I'm just saying different things you know of, you hear of, you know how things are ran. You know what I mean? You're talking about something that's over 100 years old in this country, and some of these families even go farther back to the old country before they even came here, and they're with the business, and they were they're with the business as far as the secret society, men of honor. You know, you have some guys, their lineage goes way back. 150 years. Then you got some other organizations where they've been around since the 50s. 60 plus years. Other ones been around 50 plus years. 55 years or so, 54 years. You got others, 40 years. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of organizations that are around in the United States that have been around for decades. You know what I mean? Some older than others, and some more more treacherous than others as far as what they're capable of doing. Some uh, play by the rules, some don't play by the rules. Yada yada yada, right? But there's plenty of examples of guys who made that commitment. They made that pledge of loyalty to keep their mouth shut about certain things if asked about, right? Never acknowledge a certain thing, and there's plenty of guys that you know did their time, kept their mouth shut, and did long stretches, or done time, and then and then they went back for a life sentence. That's why John J. Gardy, the father, the pops, right? That's why, and it's not only him. It's a lot of guys you hear. They have respect for guys that actually done time. That show they can do time. They keep their mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. I know some people might not think it is. Say somebody might have did 2 years for a car hijacking of a truck, and then maybe 5 on a bank robbery or something. It's only a total of 7 or 8 years. And say they're 60 years old. That's not much time out of their life, but they still showed that they're not willing to rat. They're not willing to tell. They hold their mug, and that people get respect for that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Just like California, you get a lot more respect. You do whole time. You show you're willing to sacrifice. It's the same thing. It's just uh, doing it behind the walls instead of doing it on the street. You know what I'm saying? With the different groups, but commitment should always be held high and really mean something to people, right? Just like I said earlier about when you get married, the commitment is, it's not just a piece of paper like some people say, oh, it's just a paper saying we're married. No, it should mean more than that. It's a commitment, right? You took vows to, to death do his part, and through sickness and health, and blah, 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 right? And so again, loyalty and was the first video I did early, was what, yesterday, and then this one is commitment, and I believe they go hand in hand. Um, and really, you can't have one without the other when it comes to you know 10 toes down, and doing your time with your mouth shut. You know what I mean? There's so many guys, like I said again, so many cats that have came through and was given life sentences, and now they're old men and they're sick and they got health issues, and you know yeah, they would like to come out, and spend their last years as a great grandfather and grandfather, on the streets free. But unfortunately, because of the crimes, you know, the judges won't sign off on it, because at the end of the day, it's politics are involved. Say they release somebody and somehow they later on say that, oh well, he's the one that called this shot and this guy got killed because of it. It could damage these judges, because everybody knows when you're a federal judge, your end goal is to be on the Supreme Court, right? Um, or even attorney general or something like that, right? Or so you want to keep getting going up and up with your career, just like with anything else. So they're not willing to make decisions like that on a passionate release on some of these so-called gangsters, right? Wise guys, good fellas, you know, gangsters. We'll just say gangsters, because there's a lot of guys, even California cats, that try to get compassionate releases and they get denied too. And they're members of an organization, high-ranking members. I could think of one recently, but he since has passed. Um, and it is what it is. So again, loyalty, commitment, they go together hand in hand. Um, just dropping a little something, something, you know what I'm saying? Food for thought for you peoples out there, YouTube Landia, or AKA as the world, as YouTube turns. Uh, you know what I mean? Big Lou, coming at you with, Big Lou, how Big Lou does it. I come at you with a bunch of different genres, different different takes on things. Mostly sports channel, but I drop other things as well. You know what I mean? So I appreciate each and every subscriber. I'm gonna go ahead and tap out on this video. If this is the first time you're coming to the video, please, it'd be highly appreciated if you would sub, like, and share the video, the channel, with your family, folks, friends, gente, peoples, camaradas, comrades, buddies, pals, associates, associos, panas, amigos, whatever you call your peoples. Please do so. Share the video, share the channel, and also be sure to comment. I respond to all the comments. Again, Big Lou, gonna go ahead and tap on out with what it do with Big Lou, NFZR2. I'm out.